Bros, make sure we live, whoever can. Sponsor pod that. Alright. Make sure we live, brothers. Jim and Dallas will come in. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
So we'll start off by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. All right, starting with the Tabernacle of David, the 144,000 priests. All right, as well as the large multitude who are the rest of the men, women, and children whom the Lord will have mercy on. That body is known as the remnant, and that remnant is being gathered. All right, here in these latter days, all right, and that's the remnant whom Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver, all right, to set up his governing body, man, okay, on the planet Earth, which is the throne of David, okay, and it's coming very, very soon, man. As you brothers can see, various prophecies are coming to pass, all right, things are getting tight, you know, as you can see, prophecy is the end thing, all right, because prophecies are coming to pass every second, man, every second. Every day you look at the articles, you look at the spirit that's going into the planet Earth. All right, the troops are being gathered over there in the Middle East. All right, as it is written. All right, Armageddon is right around the corner. Okay, when you look at what the heathen got going on, you see the plans that is written in the Holy Scriptures, which is, you know, the mark of the beast. All right. And everything else that comes with it is being implemented right here. The anti-Messiah, okay, which is basically a system, all right, well, that's the image of the beast, which we're going to get into, a system that is set in place to be against the ways of righteousness, man, because as we're going to get into, the Most High has his image, okay, which is embodied in his son, all right, and his son has a body, a group of men that are ride or die, then are linked with him, that will be joint heirs, okay. The Most High has his image on the right-hand side, which is through Yahweh Shai, but on the left-hand side, all right, there's the image of wickedness, man, which we can see that system is being set up everywhere you look, okay? The ways of righteousness are being trumped upon, and if you're going to be standing for righteousness, man, things are going to get very, very hectic for you because we're living in the image of the beast, okay? And that's what we're going to get into, okay? And as you can see, you know, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Gabar, and various other apostles and elders, all right, have been going into the topic of the mark of the beast, the image of the beast, the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, and which is going to continue to ride that wave, you know, and if you think that we talk about this too much, it's easy for you to just go watch something else, man.
That's right.
Okay, and Shabbat Shalom as well, okay, and when is the new moon is coming in? Saturday night, Saturday sundown, a new moon comes in, all right, so this is the last Sabbath of this particular month, all right? So we're going to start off in Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, and just ride the wave of prophecy, man. You know, any of y'all brothers want to say something?
No, I mean, we're going to get to it, because that's what's prevalent for the time that we in, you know?
Right.
Revelation 13 and 11?
Yeah, we'll just start at the point 11, all right?
Okay, so Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Right, now when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, one thing that's real important to know is when you jump up to verse 2 real quick.
Revelation 13 and 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Right, and when you read Daniel, the 7th chapter, okay, we understand that leopard is the Greek Empire. Okay, so Esau's, all right, claim to fame, the system, all right, which we see today, the head of that is the Greeks, okay, the Greek Empire, you know. Right. It starts in the scriptures with Alexander, but before him, his father had went throughout the earth, I mean, the known world at that time, conquering, stealing people's identity, okay. And then Alexander came on the scene, all right, and he was conquering and destroying, all right. And when he came in contact with the Jews, the Israelites, he allowed them to keep their customs. It wasn't a big problem to him. All right, but once he died, okay, his four generals, which you had Lysimaeus, Cassander, Ptolemy, and the Seleucid. Out of Seleucid Empire came who? Antiochus, man. And that Hellenism became harder and harder and harder, and they clamped harder and harder down to the point where if you profess yourself to be a Jew or Israelite or keep the customs, you will be put to death, man. Okay, so the beginning of this whole system we see today was the Greeks, man. And the Greeks were Edomites.
That's right.
Okay? They could be linked to, what's his name? The dude who Samuel hewed to pieces? Haman.
Yep.
Agag.
The Agagite.
The Agagite.
Yep.
Okay, those are Amalekites.
Yep.
Okay, so those the Greeks were Edomites, man. And when you look at the pictures of the ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans, clearly you can look and see that they're the same people who are ruling the earth today.
Same spirits of
They never died off, as you have particular people lying and saying. The Edomites are still here, man.
Yep. And if I could say this real quick too, that's why the Bible Destruction Group wanted to take the Apocrypha out of the Bible, because in Maccabees it specifically names Daniel. Salakia Alexander.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it specifically names him. You know, in the actual history.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right. That's right. And this book, this book is the only book that's standing the test of time, man. All right. So the beginning of this whole beast was the Roman Empire. I mean, the Greeks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Roman, and everything you seen that went on in those empires, you see those ways of life being brought back. The gym,
Yep.
you know, the Colosseum in Rome, all sorts of things, you know. But we'll get into that in just a minute. So jump down back to 11.
Kind
For the sake of time, we're just gonna get to the point and then get into the image of the beast. Go ahead.
of Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Up out of the earth, man. All right, out of the sea, right?
It says,
Out of the earth.
no, not
All
out of
right,
the
read
earth.
it
Yep.
again.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb,
Right.
and he spake as a dragon.
Right. Now, when you get Daniel, the 7th chapter, all right, the fourth beast was the Roman Empire, but as you read down, it speaks of a little horn that came out of that beast. Okay, this little horn was America, Babylon the Great, all right, which 3 horns were subdued before it, which was the French, the Spanish, and the British. Out of the British came Babylon the Great, America. Okay, so this same little horn that we read about in Daniel, the 7th chapter, which ironically, the end is going to come through the Lord crushing that little horn, which will wear out the saints and do all sorts of wickedness, spread a wicked vibration, and bring forth the image of the beast as we're reading. That little horn that we read about in Daniel, the 7th chapter, is this beast that we're reading about, which is America, Babylon the Great, man. Coming up out of the earth, meaning they're ruling. Okay? Go ahead.
Yep, that's right. And if I could say this too, in Maccabees, when it talks about Alexander the Great's generals died, it says that evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils, yep.
So that shows that this was a nation of men, you know, upon the earth,
Right. Evils, yep.
spreading that evil philosophy, you know,
Right. The image of the beast.
the image of the beast.
That's it. Go ahead.
Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, and he had 2 horns. All right, somebody look up draconian.
I was just thinking.
All right, he had 2 horns like a lamb. All right, now we understand in the ancient Roman Empire you had the plebeians and you had the patricians. Okay, now today, what are the 2 major parties? Because there's more than 2.
Yep.
All right, but you have the Democrats and the Republicans. Now these 2 parties are set up to give the people a false sense of freedom. A choice. It's a false, it's an illusion. People really believe that they're listening to this guy and he's saying, well, I'm going to bring this to the earth.
Right.
And I'm going to give you these freedoms. It's going to be like this. Then the other one, no, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
Right.
But it's all to draw your mind into accepting the system,
Exactly.
to being drawn into illusion, man.
Yep.
Okay? Just like you got our people talking about, you got to vote. They're done.
Yep. It's
Okay.
essentially 2 horns on the same beast.
On the same beast, right?
Like basically they try to present it like as you have alternatives to what they already forcing you to accept either way, but you
Right.
don't.
You don't.
You know.
Right, and somebody look up that word beast as well in the Greek Bible shop real quick.
I got draconian laws.
We'll get that in just a minute. I want to look up that word beast real quick.
Draconian laws. No, I got that. You said
Beast.
the beast in the Revelation.
Revelation
Look at that.
13.
Yeah, get it real quick.
I look at
Yeah,
it. Beast is beast is Greek
yeah,
2342. The
Right.
Greek word is therion.
uh-huh.
An animal, a wild animal, wild beast. Metaphorically, a brutal, bestial man.
Brutal,
A man.
bestial man.
Who's the man?
Okay,
Savage and
a
ferocious.
savage and ferocious man. Okay,
Venomous,
venomous.
Ooh.
He's the serpent,
Yep, that's right.
Dangerous animal.
a dangerous animal.
That's Esau.
And that's Esau Edom, man. So he comes with a system as if this system is going to really help you, but he speaks as a dragon.
Right.
And what does the dragon go back to? Draconian law, man.
Yep.
You got it?
Baba Kashab, can I go,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
root word to that?
Yes,
You
indeed.
go into the root words, 2339 is Thera.
Hmm.
It says metaphorically of preparing destruction for men.
Of preparing destruction for men. And because Esau's blessing was, he gave his blessing up, now he seeks revenge, man. And as you can see, his rulership corrupts and destroys the whole planet Earth, man.
Yep.
But he does it in the name of love, man. Even this whole homosexual movement is in the name of love. All these different perversions in the name of love. But look what it leaves behind, man. Okay? Everywhere you look within this man's system is just destruction, man.
Yep.
Okay.
And Strong says, going back to the word Thera,
Mhm.
wild animal as game hunting that is figurative to destroy, the
Mhm.
trap.
A trap. A trap. And that too, that he comes as a lamb with two horns, and a lamb symbolizes something that's innocent. And when he put that term white on himself in 1681, okay, that was really witchcraft.
Right.
Because there's vibrations that comes with colors, man. So by him labeling himself, all right, white, people pretty much accepted that this is God. This man is pure. He's innocent. You know? And he spake, and he came as if he was a lamb, you know, we're going to help you, but he spake as a dragon, and that represents the draconian law, which that goes back to Athens, Greece. Okay? That goes back to the Greeks.
Yep.
Okay? Go ahead, brother, you got it.
Yeah, right here is a Wikipedia draconian constitution or Draco's code.
Uh-huh.
It was a man named Draco back during the time of the Athenians.
The Athenians, that's Athens, that's Greece.
Same thing.
Showing you that this book is absolutely on point.
Yep, 'cause in Maccabees it said Alexander the Macedonian.
Yeah,
That's in Greece.
Right, that's right.
Man, ain't nowhere
That's
around.
right. And they're not the original Greeks, but they
Right.
took over that land. And that's where their claim to fame started. For them to get to where they are now, it started with the Greeks. Okay?
Yeah.
So read that again.
It said the Draconian Constitution or Draco's Code was a written law code created by Draco near the end of the 7th century BC in response to the unjust interpretation and modification of oral law by Athenian aristocrats.
Mm-hmm. So, and then just type in draconian law and see what that means.
And you know, we really didn't hear about draconian law. When I heard about it, John Kerry did a speech one time, because you know he was Obama's Secretary of State. He did a speech one time, and that's what he was talking about, bringing back draconian law.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I heard about it.
I remember before in
You know,
school, but I didn't really, right.
Right.
It said Draconian laws, Draco, also spelled Dracon, Florence, 7th century BC, Athenian lawgiver whose harsh legal code punished both trivial and serious crimes in Athens with death, hence
Right.
the continued use of the word draconian to prescribe
Right.
repressive law,
Right.
legal measure.
And when you look up that word dragon in the Greek, look that up real quick. It's Draco.
It's the same.
It's the
right.
same thing. You see? So
Right.
harsh laws, he comes as if he's going to help you, but look at the law. Look at how his police treats people. Forcing vaccines on people.
Right.
And ultimately, it's going to get to the point where he's going to try to force a chip on you, man.
Right.
Okay?
That's a harsh
Because
law.
he can enforce the Draco laws the most effective if he chips everyone.
Right.
Because that's direct access and control to everybody, just like cattle.
Cattle, right?
Because right now you got a lot of niggas talking about like the chip is in phones and all of this, but nigga, that's the point we trying to emphasize. When
Right.
they implant it on you, that thing is on you.
Right.
So they can do whatever the hell they want to do to you.
Mhm.
You know?
They enforce the draconian law on your ass
Mhm.
because it would be made mandatory. It always made mandatory. It just haven't enacted yet for you to go get it.
Mhm.
It's already on the books, man.
And it's already happening. And our thing is, what's the big deal? Why do you have particular groups make it in a point to put it in Israel's mind that it has nothing to do with the mark of the beast?
Right.
You know, out of one mouth, you know, which we'll get it. Keep reading, as a matter of fact.
You want to go back to Revelation?
Unless you got something.
I got some.
Okay, go ahead.
You go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 1 and 48 down to 52. This is an example of draconian law. it says that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget their law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. In that self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsake the law, and so they commanded evils in the land. So that's an example of that draconian law. And I actually got that word you wanted to. And that word dragon goes. The word is dracon. Dracon. A dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. That's the Strong's definition. A fabulous kind of serpent, perhaps as supposed to fascinate a dragon.
Right, a dragon is known for what? Being harsh.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, you look at the what's that dragon? It's over there in the middle. It's over there somewhere in Asia, man. It's hella Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If even his venom touches your skin, you're out of there. You know. So this is that's why in Isaiah it labels Esau Leviathan. It calls him Leviathan, the great dragon in the sea, because he's harsh, man. He's a very harsh. He'll take your children away from you. Okay, and many other things, man. Okay, so it's clear as day what this beast is that we're reading about here in Revelation, the 11th chapter. Did you have something else?
Yeah, I was going to get this real quick. This is Psalms 50 and 16, because I just want to get the laws that he should be ruling according to if he was a righteous nation of people. This is Psalms 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, and we know that the wicked is the nation of Edom, which we were talking about that whole image system. It started with the Greeks, which are Edomites. It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou done, or what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Here's the point. It says, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee. Point being made, like in the court, whenever they have to rule a decision or a judgment, it's not according to what the Bible says how to deal with it.
Although you swear in on it.
But you swear in on it, you know? But they actually enforce in law according to a set of penal codes, man. And then they can just make those up as they go, which we see, you know? To suit whatever agenda that they're trying to push. That's the point being made in going into draconian law. It's a law completely outside of what the Most High gave, you know?
That's right, bro.
That's the image that's prevalent on the entire planet Earth today.
That's right.
You know?
That's right, bro. That's right. Okay.
Because we just went into the two horns of the lamb, and you described it as being docile. But then he goes into dragon, which is harsh, right?
Right.
This is Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Woo!
but war was in his heart.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. He's in your churches before election day. All right. And your pastors allow him to come in. All right. But the whole time he has a trap for you, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right. You look at his news, the so-called white woman and white man are sitting on there and they're talking all proper. You'll be like, these people
like they're
won't harm
experts
me.
on everything.
But they drink after they turn off the camera. They're drinking blood, sacrificing children. They're a part of a total. They have a total satanic vibration, man. All right, but people see them and they look like, man, we're the rough ones. We're the ones. We're the bad guys. But then the so-called white man is good.
He's presented as that lamb.
He's presented as that lamb.
Here, you can't touch him.
Right.
He's the closest image to the Most High, really.
Right. That's how these people look at him. You know?
Yeah.
That's how he's been able to get away with all of this wickedness, man. People are just now, after all he's done, people are just now starting to consider him. That shows you that the witchcraft worked, man. But let's go back to, you got something?
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Okay.
We was talking about Draco and how Esau is just basically, they embody just cruelty in every aspect.
Right. He's a
you know,
cruel.
they're incapable of doing righteous. This is Proverbs 12 and 10. It says, a righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Man, and the crazy part is when we get into Habakkuk, the way that you treat animals is a mere part of the image of the beast.
Yup.
We'll show you, man.
Yup.
So the tender mercies of the wicked, even his mercy
Yup.
is harsh.
Yup.
Okay, you take a plea deal, you
fuck
still
either way, man.
fucked. You know. So either way it goes in this man's society, you losing, man. You know, this man is harsh. You want to
Right.
break it down?
I mean, that's pretty much it. He embodies just harshness. Every time you get in bed with him, we was going into a snare or something we read in one of those definitions. It's just all constant, just snares and traps
Right.
to lead you closer to a state of death.
Mhm.
You know.
All right, then we'll get back.
Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievances which they have prescribed. Those unrighteous decrees bring sorrows to us, man. These like draconian law, those draconian laws that made, they're actually drawn swords.
Yep.
When you read it in
Right.
the Psalms, when you draw a sword, it's what to use it to bring death.
Right,
Belt
right.
and
Because,
belt swords.
because the sword Esau was blessed with wasn't just the actual physical sword. His tongue is a sword. His
Right.
philosophy, his deceptive ways are a part of the sword. All right? You got some more? Because I got something
Go
real
ahead, go
quick.
ahead. That's it.
Isaiah 32, all right, in 5, the vile person shall no more be called liberal. This is what's happened. Nor the churl, which is an evil person, said to be bountiful.
Yep.
For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. So that's what's happening. The vile person is no more being called liberal.
Yep.
For so long, people have looked at this man as a liberal, fair person.
Right.
But now through the prophecies coming to pass, and the nation of Israel waking up, and the prophets going out there on the highways and the byways, he's no more being called liberal. He's a churl, which is a harsh human, a very destructive person, man.
Scumbag.
Scumbag.
That's what it represents.
A scoundrel.
A scoundrel. Yeah.
You
that's-
know?
yep.
At the bottom it says Carly.
Gnarly, the garlic,
Garlic.
like niggardly, you know? He's a nigga, man.
Really, nigga, you want
It
that
said-
definition?
It says, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And that's what he's trying to do. He's making laws to get the word taken off the internet.
Right.
Get the word, get us taken off the block.
That's right.
You see, it says the instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when he speaks.
He speaks cruel against us. He's gonna come with all type of propaganda.
Right.
He's gonna label us as domestic terrorists.
Right.
When we really speaking of how to properly govern a society.
For real.
Right,
You
and
know?
if a brother is trying to call my phone to speak on a live show, you might have to call this. If you got any of these brothers' numbers,
Yeah.
I think it was the brother Uriah from Chicago. I don't know if he was trying to call or to come in, but we going live on my phone, so
Yeah.
can't answer, brother. I wasn't ignoring you. Love you though.
All right, brother.
All right, so let's get back to Revelation 13.
I got you. This is back in Revelation 13:2. It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. And
We
his,
were at 11.
you want to go back to 11?
Yeah, we were at 11.
Okay,
Yeah, just for the sake of time, because
Okay.
y'all got too many precepts.
Revelation
We'll be
13:11.
in the phone morning.
We will. Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and he had two horns like a lamb,
Mhm.
and he spake as a dragon.
So we broke that down. Two
Mhm.
horns like a lamb, and he coming with a system. This side will help you. This side will help you. A lamb represents innocence, and that's how he comes.
Right.
But he speaks as a dragon. His draconian laws, man.
That's right.
He comes with the result is always the destruction of the people.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Kind of. Verse 12, it says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. Who was the first beast before him? The ancient Roman Empire.
Yeah.
You see, the ancient Roman Empire. He exercised that same power, man.
Got the Senate.
The Senate,
Yep.
Government.
The voting
Government.
system.
the voting, yep,
The voting
Yep.
leaders in the power.
Yep.
You know.
yep. And then let's not go into the customs,
Exactly.
idol worship, which we'll get into all of that. Okay, the Colosseums,
Yep.
heated floors, Roman numerals,
Gymnasiums.
gymnasiums, going
Yep.
back to the Greeks, which means naked. They used to work out naked.
Gladiator, which
The
they got that
gladiator
from the
sports.
Greeks too.
Yep. boxers, all of that,
Right.
all of that.
All this
The Olympics,
Olympics, yep.
you know,
Right, yeah, yeah.
various different things, man. You see, and go ahead.
Kind of. Revelation 13:12, it says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
Through the system he's putting in place, people are worshiping the first beast. They're worshiping the Roman Empire. I mean, they're bowing to that way. You see, even our people, they're the main ones of doing orgies. There's a God associated with these acts that are being done on the earth, man. There was a God of orgies, man. And that's a big thing in Babylon the Great amongst our people, man. I went to a college, and I never knew niggas were this nasty. You know, now niggas are nasty where I was from, but when I got down south and saw the way that niggas was getting down, I was like, wow.
Yep.
These are some true freaks, man. It was shameful, the stuff that I saw, you know? Go ahead.
Kind of, this is the last part of Revelation 13:12. It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Whose deadly wound was healed, and that was the ancient Roman Empire, man.
Right.
And the deadly wound was healed during the Renaissance period. What does Renaissance mean? Rebirth.
Right.
And what was rebirth in around the late 1300s, early 1400s? Edomite rulership, the Edomite image, his art, his poetry, his government. Because prior to that, he was in the caves.
Exactly.
And Jake was ruling, man. Okay? He was in the caves. His image was put out.
Yep.
And Jake was ruling. It wasn't that we were ruling in righteousness, but this is what they call the Dark Ages, which they say for a period of 1,000 years, they don't know what the hell was happening.
You know.
You know what the hell was happening. Jake was ruling, man.
And your ass is in slavery.
Right. You was in captivity, man. But see, Jake was a little too nice to you. But that was all the spirit, all right, to where you lingered around, and Jake, you eventually usurped the authority, you know. And that's also in when you read Esau's blessing, it talks about how he would come from under the dominion. That happened at the time of David, and it happened at the time of the Renaissance.
That's right.
You know, and pretty much from that point on, he just went throughout the four corners of the earth. Actually, get Revelation 20 and 7 real quick.
27.
Yeah, Revelation 20 and around 7 real quick.
And this happening too, if I can say this, just to fulfillment of prophecy. And ultimately why it happened that way.
Right.
And we're reading about it, and this is how it happened.
Right. Yep. The Byzantine Empire. Byzantine means backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're telling you that nothing for a period of 1,000 years they don't have no record of what was happening. But then they'll go and tell you that 20 billion years ago a Tyrannosaurus Rex had the diet of this and that and this and that. You know, although there are periods where Esau don't know what was going on, but he knew what was going on back then because the history's out there. We had it, all right?
And that's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago.
Hey,
Go ahead.
before I read this, you spoke on that god of the orgies. If y'all don't know what it is, it's Dionysus.
Dionysus.
And that Mardi Gras spirit is in the Apocrypha, it's Bacchus.
Right, Bacchus.
Come.
All of these different things. That's why this is called the mother of all harlots. Okay, go ahead.
Revelation 27. And when the 1,000 years are expired,
Right.
Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Now, is it an actual big dragon with a tail slapping he's slapping he in prison? No, this is speaking of Esau Edom. He who comes to do the bidding of Satan, 2 Thessalonians, all right? So after the 1,000 years were expired, and when you look up how long was how long, somebody Google how long did the Byzantine Empire last? When you look that up, it's going to say about 1,100 years, which is right on par. No, you ain't got to do it. You stay there.
All right.
All right. Go ahead.
It says verse 8.
Read 7 again.
Revelation 27. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations.
He shall go out to deceive the nations, meaning he would spread what? The image of the beast.
Right.
That ancient way of the Roman Empire would be spread through these various different kingdoms, man. All right? Even, what's this dude? Hitler.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, you know, all of these different Edomite empires was basically, they had the eagle.
Right.
And they ruled with that draconian law and it just basically destroyed. Okay? You got it?
Yeah, when Constantinople was finally taken by the Ottomans, the Byzantine Empire lasted over 1,100 years.
1,100 years, which you know it says 1,100
years,
but that's
right.
right on par with what the scriptures say, man.
Exactly.
Okay, Jake was ruling for a period of 1,000 years. We didn't just